The smell of race fuel.
How do you smell fuel?
F84.
I thought so.
Right now, this is about game design.
Crappy day.
Why you gotta be there, dude? Can't you sit there?
I can't, but I feel so
Go sit there, don't worry. So we're back from Baja. The team and I were able to learn a metric ton about off-road racing. We're back, we've got the information I think we needed.
Yeah, got the experience.
Yeah, we got Baja experience.
Quite the experience.
Full experience. So now the real question is, how do we take what we've learned and make it work as a game? What is the feeling of this game? What do we really want it to be? For the first step, before we get into development, we need to make a plan. This part of the process is called game design. Before we jump into programming, level design, and all that, this whole thing begins with a few guys in a room hashing out ideas on a whiteboard.
The name of our game, Baja Big Air.
In this case, that'll be me, Neal, and Matt.
So under this thing here, what do we think of?
Big air, big cars, big action. You know, like you can just put big in front of everything.
The smell of race fuel.
How do you smell fuel?
F84.
I thought so.
Race fuel. These are the things that it's like what it's all about, right? You're rattled, your cage is rattled the whole time. All those drivers the whole time just like shaking, and there's a truck exploding underneath you.
Like pure adrenaline.
Yeah, pure adrenaline.
I don't know if Jeff can spell adrenaline.
That's true. I was gonna say, I'm not getting into that one. As the boss, art director, and game designer, we need to figure out a few key elements before making the game. Platform, genre and art style, core mechanic, gameplay loop, and the overall scope of the game. I wanted this game to be highly accessible and reach the largest audience possible. So with that in mind, I determined that mobile would be our best bet. So 2D, 3D art. When you think about off-road racing, you may think big budget 3D console game. Now, we love 3D and we've made a lot of 3D games. But from my experience, making a 3D game and doing it well can cost a lot of money and take a lot of time. Two things we're a little short on this time around. But one thing I have learned is that limitation breeds creativity. With that in mind, we decided to go in a different, more classic direction. I think 2D is a good way to go.
Yeah.
You know, if we look at our time and our parameters and things we're gonna put on ourselves and make this game, 2D art is gonna be the way we deliver it.
Yeah, and it's definitely gonna be side-scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when you're talking big air, going over jumps and everything. Like
Yeah.
2D is gonna be awesome.
2D, side scroll, physics-based racing. Think Excite Bike. Physics racing? Is it physics racing? Is that how we'd wanna?
Yeah, I think so.
We were all in agreement. Okay, it's time now to determine arguably the most important element of making the game. Making any game.
So what's the core? Like, what is the core? Like, if there was just one game, one truck, one driver, how do we make that fun?
I mean, let's just talk about that. That's the most basic thing. The core mechanic. Before we even get to the structure and everything else.
How does this race actually operate? How am I controlling the car?
There were a lot of ideas. Like, it's gotta be one touch. Some better than others. Button press, just hold down the screen.
Should it be that, or should it be gas and tilt?
We need to get everybody on the same page.
How far can we take a full Baja thing into a one-touch?
I think it's got to be more than one touch, but I don't think it needs to be much more.
Tilt gives a little bit of driver skill. Nothing else matters if we can't agree on the core mechanic. It's game over before we even begin.
It's also dependent on like timing and luck.
Like a little slide mechanic, steering wheel,
Could.
wasn't my best work.
But you could have the two buttons in like a wheel that goes.
Yeah,
but that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
Sometimes you just gotta try stuff.
We could also do a mix, right?
Yeah, I think there's like your free driving section, and then it's like I'm coming up on some
Go
big
and
air.
jump, it goes into slow motion with like a meter that you have to
Yeah,
try
what
to
is
hit.
this thing that I need to then time to? Yeah.
Big air. Now I think we got something. So you've got two buttons, we'll just do this.
And that mechanic has such reward when you hit it right and you fly off the jump.
1, 2, 3. Perfect, all three of them, and you're sailing.
Now we're on a roll.
And then it's so simple. It's just gas, tilt, and then these little kind of time in the green.
Finally settled on a core mechanic that we were all happy with. Yeah, that's the mechanic of the game. The gameplay loop involves a series of activities that keeps the player coming back for more.